Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. Today I am going to teach how to make the registration form using Spring Boot with React. I'm going to go to do the backend application first. So backend application, how to prepare the backend application? Go to Google and type Spring Initializer. You get this one. Here you have to prepare your project. Click on here. You select Maven along with Java. This one, right? Here we have this is the Spring Boot. Okay, it will be default, it will be selected. Here we have to here you can change here as any name here. Example we keep it as it is. So you have to give here this registration, right? Okay, here I'm going to select as Java 8. I have installed in my machine Java 8, right? Now this is very important stuff, right? Here if you want to, you can add the description. Okay, you will be able to add the description over here. So yeah, I have leave as it is, right? So here I have add the dependency. Click on the dependency button. First one is a web. This is very important stuff. This one managed by all the RESTful APIs, right? After that we have to add the JPA. This is the one which will be managed by the SQL queries. So when you insert the record into your database, how to write in your query in your core Java, insert into that particular table name, the columns names, and you will be able to write the codes. So the same thing handling by the JPA, right? So another one, you have a connector. I need the MySQL one. Which database you are connecting? MySQL. That's it. You ready with your dependencies and your Spring Boot along with your Spring Boot application. Click generate. Now you will be able to get the Spring zip file here. Go to the show, cut off this one. I'm going to put it in my E drive. Right. Here, what is this? I'm going to put it in my copy this one. I'm going to put it in my F drive. Right. Select this one. Right click, extract file. Hit OK. Now you have to open up my Eclipse application. IntelliJ. Right, IntelliJ is a very best editor for do the Spring Boot application. If you are not installed in your machine, you go to the particular website IntelliJ. JIDL. You have to download them. This is the best editor I recommend that for doing the Spring Boot application. IntelliJ. I have already installed it. You have to install them, right? Very simple one, right? So here this one, IntelliJ idea, right? So I already installed them here. Now I want to open up my project. Go to the file, open. My project is ready with the F drive. So I have to import the project. So go to the F drive. What is my project? Which is a registration. You have to find from here. This is the registration. Select the I already extracted. You will be getting the normal folder here, registration. Now how to you just click and OK. It is not a good way. You have to expand it. Here the registration folder is there. Click OK. Then it will be open up. Trust project. This window. Terminate. Right. It will be opening your project into your window. Right here. It will be configured look like this. Right. It will be installing all the dependencies. Like your MySQL dependencies and JPA and web. All things it will be installing. Right here. You can see the taskbar here. It will be scanning and install your project. Right. You have to wait until the task completed, right? Don't do anything here. After complete the process, you will be able to do anything else, right? Now you can see your project is ready. Now let's expand it. Now you can see here the SRC, the Java. This is the your Java application project, right? So go to the pom.xml. Your pom.xml, here you can see the dependencies, right? Dependencies, you have all the dependencies there. What's the dependency you have installed? JPA, web, and MySQL connector. These are all the dependencies you get installed, right? So it will be working fine. Now what I'm going to do is all the dependencies get installed. Now after that, what I'm going to do is here all the dependencies configuring successfully. Now let's go to our resources here, this file application properties. This is my MySQL workbench. Click here. So you can see here this is the 3306. This is my port. Okay, while installing, right? So here you can see here you go right, this is here this connection. Okay, database manage the connection. You click on the database management. This is my connectivity, right? 30001. This is the root. Password is I have run it as 123, right? So here this same thing here. This port I am going to connect with this one, right? So this one here, this is the port. Okay, the same thing you have to put it here. Your application 00 your database name. I'm going to database name which is a I'm going to do it a registration. No, table name will do it a registration. Database name SMS. I just simple name as SMS I give here, right? Any name you can give. I just give as SMS, right? The username is root. Password also I am going to put it here as root. This is username and password I am going to use it, right? Username and password root. Okay, while install this software, I'll put it here. Root is a username, password is also root, right? You have to given like this, right? This all those must. But after that, here JPA, this is the where you will be able to write the SQL codes. Okay, you have to write this hibernate will be managed all the codes. This all the things you will be true right here. Generate. Okay, this is a simple line. This one you just copy and put into your application property in your project. That's it. That's the thing you have to do it, right? After done the stuff, what you're going to do is whether all the things are fine. Now let's run and check whether this database is connected or not, successfully or not. This is the SMS, right? So you can check here. Uh, click here, click play button. It's building. First you have to configure. First if the project is whether working or not. You just click and check whether it's working fine or not. This very must. It is running Spring. Right. It's running here. Your JVM is running. Now it's working. So far it's working fine because the JVM is running without any problem. Right? Congratulations. Your application running so far without any problem. Right. Now this is your project. I'm going to go to do the uh, packages. Okay, in Spring Boot, the first package I'm going to create here as this is your package. It will be defaultly created com app example.registration. Select this package, right click. Here I'm going to create a new package which is uh, I'm going to create employee controller. This is a controller, employee controller. After select this one, I'm going to select another package which is DTO. After that, I'm going to create another package. Right click and new package. This one should be the entity package. After that, I'm going to create another package which is a entity. This one is service. Employee, sorry, we don't need the employee service. You have to write it service, right? After that, you have to create another package is a repo, right? Repo means it is a repository. So okay, if you have this package is a must, right? Service, repository, entity, and details. This is the packages, right? Okay, the how the flow work I already explained in my Spring Boot layer architecture. I will attach the video below. You can watch them, right? The first, it will be passing requests to some front end passing requests to the controller. Controller will be communicate with the DTO. It is data is coming like a DTO. After that, controller passing the request to the service. Service passing a request to the repo. Repo can't directly communicate with the database and add to ID the data. There is another one is an entity. It will be passing to the entity. It will be communicate the database and add the record to the table. Right. This is the flow that Spring architecture work as a simple way. Right. First, let's go to the controller. Right. Employee controller. Right click, new. I'm going to create the class. I'm going to create the class here as employee controller. So employee controller. I write here as an employee controller. Right. That's it. Because here you can see here this, the package also you can simply write as control. I just give as employee control. Okay, so employee control. This is the empty class I have written. Right, this is a very simple way you have written. Right. In this controller as a this is a RESTful controller. So then only we'll be accessing the API and all. For REST controller, you have type the annotation is REST controller. Right. After that, you have tried cross origin. After that, you have tried request mapping. You have tried API, comma, your version also must, comma, here write here as an employee, you have to write an employee, you have to write an employee, you have to write employee, this is must. Now inside here, first you have to add the record, so you have to write the post mapping, right? We have a post mapping, so you have to write here post mapping, right? This is must, right? Here you have to path, this is must path, you have to write save. Right. Here write public string save employee right. So this is a simple function. I am going to write it here. That's it, the simple function I have to write it. Okay, save function. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, before that, this is controller. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the entity and repo. Right, so entities must, right? So select new Java class. This is a Java class and this is a Java class. Here right here. What is entity create? Employee is an entity. What are the things you have to going to write into on your employee class? That is must, right? So I'm going to write over here as the entity. This one should be the employee class, right? Employee class. First, I'm going to put the entities annotation. This one should be the entity now. So entity. After that, you have to write table annotation. You have to table name. So this one should be the table name you have created. Employee. Uh, any table. I'm going to create as employee. The table name I'm going to create. Right. After that, I'm going to defining the variables. Private. Okay. All of private text specifiers. Private int employee ID. After that, what you are going to do is private string. This one string employee name. So an employee name. The second one is employee name. First one is employee ID, employee name. Or these two things I'm going to copy and paste it over here. This one should be the address. This one should be the address of the employee. Employee address. This one, so I'm going to type as address. This one should be the int. This one should be the phone number. So we have to write mobile. So mobile, right? This is it. Now what I'm going to do is here we have to separate one. This one I'm going to separate it. I'm going to add the columns, right? So okay, the first one should be the ID. This ID should be, you have to write like this ID. Okay, after that, this column in your database, as you have write like this in your need to be, the column will be created in your database, right? Look like this. Name equal, here write like this, employee ID. This is how I have to create the column, and length I'm going to create in the databases, length 45 as a length, right? After that, it will be the auto increment. So you write generate value. You have write like this. It's a strategy generate type auto, right? That's it. That's the thing you have to write. After that, the second, after that, what we're going to do is here this column, the same column line, I'm going to copy and paste it over here. This one should be the employee name. Say employee name. So your employee name, you have to keep, you have to write like this, employee name 250, something like that, right? Employee name. After that, the same thing, you just copy this one, paste it over here. This one should be the employee's address. You just select as address, right? Or same thing, I just copied and paste it over here. This one should be have to length, you have to given the mobile number length to 1T. Right here is a mobile. Some mobile. These are the columns, right? Okay, this is how you have to. This is the database columns. How the column name will be in your database, right? It will be set into your entities, right? So that's the thing we have to write like this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is you have to generate the get and set method. So first I'm going to generate the constructor. So right click, generate first constructor. First constructor is all the things. Select here or on shift key down and select all. Click OK. This is the parameters constructor. Now I'm going to write the without parameter constructor. So right click, generate. Click the constructor. It's an empty constructor. Select none. After that, what I'm going to do is you have right select again. Right click. You generate the get and set method. Generate get and set method. Okay, so here select all. You have to hit all the get and set method will be generated. After that, we have to write a string method as well. Right click, generate string. There's a two string method. That's it. Okay, this is all we have to put it into your entities, right? This entity where the record is adding, right? After done stuff, what we are going to do is we have to create the another thing is a DTO. Record is coming where the DTOs, right? So how to do the DTOs? So here I have already created a DTO. Select this one. Here Java class. This class is DTO. So how to create employee DTO. Okay, this is a DTO class, right? Now here we nothing do it here. Anything you have write it here. Same thing you have copy these four lines. You just copy it, paste it, or it's just a DTO. The this what is the entities you have created here. Just paste it here. You no need them. These all things we no need them. This is just a record is come via the DTO, right? So this you just keep other thing as it is, right? So this four properties, right? Now here the same thing you have to import the constructor and for whereas the generate constructor, this all the construct this method it should be there. After that, parameters constructor, this one should be the empty constructor. This is empty constructor, none. After that, we have generated get and set method. So how to generate the get and set? Select this one, generate here get and set method. Select all, okay. After that, what you are going to do is select here, right click, generate. This one should be the toString method. You have to import the string method, right? This is all the things here done, right? Now my DTO part is finished. My entity part is finished. Now now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the controller part, right? Now I'm going to go to the controller part. So how the controller works, we'll see, right? That's the things we have to do it, right? Now let's go to the controller. This is a control, save controller I already created. Now here I'm going to do it here as a, you have to add the DTO, right? So here what I'm going to do is the save method, right? Save method I'm going to create here request body. So request body. Here this request body. what is the body, it will be record will be there. Record is coming via the DTO. The DTO. So the employee DTO. So what is the DTO? Employee DTO. Here it's coming. Employee DTO, right? So here, so write the simply you have to create employee DTO, right? Like this object will be created. Now here what I'm going to do is you have to write the string, write ID equal, you have to write, you have to create the service, which is a uh, here you have to create the service, right? Which is a employee service, right? So we haven't done two service we have created. Select this package service. You have to create the one package is a employees. Sorry, you have to create here employee service. So employee service. One class you have to create employee service. This one should be there, not a class. This one should be the interface. Employee service as an interface, right? Okay, after that, I'm going to create inside the service. I have created another one is a package. I'm going to create the professional way IMPL implementation package. Select this one, new class. You have to create this one employee IMPL. That's it. You have to create this one, right? That's the thing you have to write. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is go here, go to the controller. You have to go to the controller. You have to type here employee service, employee service, that's the class I have created here, the employee service, right? Employee service, employee service, you have to write employee service, the name is right, service dot here create and employee. I'm going to create the function get employee, right? Now here we have to pass this DTO to here. Okay, the DTO will be passing to here, right? So now what I'm going to do is here, what is the error it show it here, you have to implement the auto where here. Okay, this one auto where. Okay, this auto where mean it will be communicated to here service. So how to write auto where here? So you have to write the annotation auto where here you have to write like this here. Now here this one, as I'm going to write the private here, this is the service. You have to write it here we have to write here this one. You have to change this one as a you have to refactor. This one should be employee, that is capital. The first letter should be okay. That's why you have to change it. You have to change this one as capital, right? Okay, perfect. Now let's go to the controller. So here we have to write employee. So employee service. Here the employee service is there. So it will be, the object will be employee services to be created, right? So this object will be passing to here. So employee service here, it will be passing to here, right? That's no problem, right? It should be passing to here, right? So here what I'm going to do is now uh, it will be passing successfully. Now here we have to return ID, the return. That's why it will be show there. Now the error will be gone. Okay, so the error will be gone. Couldn't auto where the data types, right? So it's a problem. This type your import it. Right, now what I'm going to do is after done the things, so here select this one. This I'm going to create this here. This flow is working here. It will be create this class. Simply you click on here, create the method, add the employee here via employee service. It automatically created. Okay, it goes here. This employee service here. It automatically created, right? No, you have nothing to do anything else. Right? It automatically created. Okay, this one also you have to change this one as a this class also we have to edit this one as this also as refactor. Rename this one also employee AMP, right? This AMP, right? It will be created, right? Okay. Okay. Now here go to the employee IMPL. You have to implement that. Implements Which one is employee? Employee service. Employee service. Employee service. You have to implement it as employee service. Now here this one should be the employee service, right? This is the employee service. Now here employee service, what I'm going to do is here. You have to add the annotation first, right? You have to add the annotation is here. That is a must thing. So you have to write here service as annotation. Service is annotation. You have to import them. After that, what I'm going to do is you have to here. It is not error. It asks import the click on here. You click here. So implement the methods. What is the method? Add the employee method. You have to import it here. That's it. The thing we have to write. Very simple. We done all things are so far is good. Right. This is the employee controller. So employee controller. It will be passing the request to the service will be passing here employee here where we have to add the records, right? So before that, what you are going to do is we have to uh, we have to create the repo. It will be created here where we have to add the SQL queries, right? Select this one repo, new. You have to write class. This one should be the interface. We have to write the interface. So interface, so select this one, select here. You have to write employee repo, repo, right? Click on this one. Here what I'm going to do is here this one also we have to add these annotations. This enable, this is must. Enable JPA repositories, this is must. After that you have to add another repositories. You have to add the repository. These two annotation is must in order to do the project. After that, what you're going to do is here the repo extends. You have to extends keywords. Your JPA repository. You have to write customer. Sorry, this one should be the employee, comma integer. Right. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Okay. Now let's back to the service. Right. Service IMPL. Right. Now what I'm going to do is here. We have to write this here. Yeah, we will be at the record into the database. So you have to write first. This is the implementation. Record is the core is you have to write insert into that code all managed by the repository part, right? So here in the IMPL, first you have to auto add the repo. That's must, right? So how to auto add? Yeah, first you have to write private employee repo, employee repo, employee repo, right? So this one should be auto add. So to add the annotation auto add. Right, that's it. Now here first what I'm going to do is here we have write uh, employee employee equal new employee. This one should be there. This one here you have right here. DTO dot get employee name. Get employee name. Sorry, get employee name first. You have to get employee name, comma. This one should be same thing. What will be the get employee name? This one should be the get employee address. Third one is a employee mobile phone number. Mobile. Get employee mobile. Right. That's the three things. Here, what is the error is here there will be the another field. So ID will be the auto increment part. So if you want, you will be able to give the ID. So here also you can set the ID. If the ID is okay, it will be okay right here. The employee get ID. That's it. That's how it show that right. Perfect. That's the thing you have to do it. Right. So here right, you have to write the this employee repo dot save. That's this employee name over here. That's it. Right. After that, you have to write return whether the name is served or not. You have to check it here. Return customer, sorry, employee get employee name, get employee name function you have to write here. What's the error? Customer employee dot. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Okay, that's the thing you have to write. Just save all. Right. This is the simple scenario you do it. And you have to stop and run the application. Check. Right. Now it's working. All the tables are created. All the things are created here. You will be able to see the table creation is done. Here the string boot is working without any problem. Now let's check out the postman and do it. What is the port we are connected? Port number. This is a port number. Select this one. Write the port number over here. So you go to the postman, you open the postman, you check whether it's working fine or not. The new, otherwise we'll check it here as well. Simply you have to create the here, this one go here. For the new request, you have to go to here and check it. The same things you have just copied and here paste it over here. This one should be the 5, no? 5. This one should be save. Employee save. This one employee save. This employee save. Employee save. How the request work is here. I write it in the controller here. API vi employee is save method. You have to call along with this port as the port. This is a port. It's a localhost. The localhost, right? Okay, that's click here. Here this is the post request body. You have to go to the request body. Here form data. Sorry, row. It's a row. This one's a JSON format. You have to write over here. JSON. You have to write like this. What are the things? You have to customer ID, customer name. So customer name is colon Hari, comma address India, comma mobile something, the mobile number. You have to write like this. After that short, here these are columns. You can get here these columns are get from this entity. The same name you have to write the column name. Employee name, address, and mobile number. The ID will be the auto increment part. You no need to put it here over here. Now everything okay. Click sending. It's 1 minute. It will be working. Your request is done. Okay. If it is printing. It's no problem. It is working. You're working fine. You will be able to checking the database whether it's working. Sorry, the problem here we have didn't add the database over here. That's the problem, right? So the connection is working. I haven't done here. What I'm going to do is here click on the database, right? This is a must, right? Now I never done the configuration. That's right. Click the data source. But at the MySQL, the port is this. You know, the root is a username. Password is root. I already talked about this one. The what is a database name? You have to put it here. SMS is a database name. We'll check the test connection. The connection is succeed. Click OK. Now your database is connected. Right here it's connected here. That's the thing. That's why here this created your table also this created, right? Okay, this table or this table will be created here. You enter the record, but the problem is not that the employee name. Sorry, thing is this postman, the not customer name, it's employee. That's why it's not a say employee name. Right now, let's click sending. Now let's come back to the database table and sorry here not here here. You have to double click. Here it's working. Why is not icon? Employee. The problem is this, right? So here I go to the properties. This one should be again. I'm going to run it. If you change something else, you want to again run the code. Then only it will work. Right? You have to stop and run it again. Right. Now it's creating here. So all things are created again. Now here nothing will be there. Right? This is the column. So here I have done some mistake with the postman. Employee, this is not a here space, this one, right? Understood. The table name is this, but the we are go to the databases record will be the we are going to check the entities. This is the something this name like this. This is the name we are it's go and store in the database here. So now let's back to a postman. Click send button. Now you can see here record is working. Now let's go and check it into our employee here is working. Right? It's working successfully. Now yeah, front end is finished. Now let's sorry, back end is finished. Now let's connect with the front end part. Now let's install the uh, front end application React. So React, go to the React, types React. It goes to the respective website. This is the React. Okay, click get started. Click on the get started. Now here you can find it the create a new app. Uh, yeah, here. Let's go back. So here, create a new app, new React app. There's a link. Okay. So here, this link, here you can see this is the React application. Newly, you can create a new React application. This you can go here, right? You just right click, copy it, this one, back to my project. This is the registration here. Here, this is the type here on the address bar CMD. Here to right, we have to paste them. Here, you will be able to change the name here. I just copy and paste keep as it is. Don't worry. You just change the name whatever you need, front end any name. Okay, so I just copy and paste it here. You have to wait until all the package will be installed. Okay, now here your React app is successfully installed. So go here, this is my app, this is the name which is given. If you want, you will be able to change the name. So here I'm going to change this front end. Front front end, this is front end. I gave the name as front end. Right, now here double click, open it here, CMD code space dot mean if you are install VS Code editor, it automatically comes. Okay, the code will be all your project will be configuring on the VS Code editor. You must install the VS Code editor in your machine, right? Then only it will be that command will be VS Code editor. VS Code editor. You have download this editor. Okay, this is must. Okay, this if you download this editor, it will be work like this, right? Okay, this is very familiar editor. I like this editor a lot. So you can see here this all the node modules will be there, right? So here you will be able to see the public folder. This is the React folder structure and file structure. This is the main file index.html. Okay, so this is the index.html. This is the single page application React is. Okay, so here this app the root. Okay, it will be works here if you go to the public sorry src. Here you can see here the file, this rendering part, it will be works. App.js is a main file, so app.js. So the app.js you can see the app.js file. So now if you run the application whether it's working fine or not, the React application, you will be able to check, go to the and new terminal. Now I'm going to run it here as okay, after install it will be telling how to run the React application here. Npm start. Okay, you can start here npm start. It will be configuring your React port and everything, and you can run the application, right? So that's the thing. If you have to, you can get this all the design in this app.js. This one, this all the React logo and all the stuff will be displayed on this page. React.js. You can see here. This is a CSS file. Okay, so here, right now, let's see the welcome page of React. Now here, this is the port which your React activation is running. You just copy this one and paste it over here. Just paste it here, press enter key. Now it's working. Now it's working perfectly, right? Now what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to go to, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to make the form. Okay, so registration form, very simple, right? It's very simple. We have to make the registration form here. Right now what I'm going to say, I'm going to make this new component. So here, select the src folder. I'm going to here, this one should be components. This components folder, I'm going to create a new component, employee registration. This is a component I'm going to create, right? Sorry, registration. I'm rename it. The extension I didn't give dot js, right? Okay, perfect. Now let's go to the app.js. This is the main file of the React. Right now I don't need the logo and all the things. We have to remove them. Let's remove them, all the things. We don't need them. Okay. Now this same thing, I just copy this function and all, paste it over here. We change the name and all. We right click, rename the same name. I just copy it and paste the function as this one. This function we have to export outside. You have to give it here. Then only it will, the function will go outside, right? Now here I'm going to create the form, registration form. Okay, I'm going to go to create the registration form over here. Right, so how to create the registration form over here? You just go to what are the things are there, your application, your name, address, mobile, right? So here I'm going to go to Google, type form, bootstrap form, bootstrap form. This is bootstrap form. Click on this one. This is all the form design. You just copy this one, paste it over here. This one should be, I'm going to make it all the things as bootstrap, right? So we have to install the bootstrap. So what I'm going to do is, now let's install the bootstrap. So how to install the bootstrap? So go to the Google, type react bootstrap installation, click on this one. Yeah, this is the npm command. Just copy this one back to my VS Code editor, control C to stop stop the process. You just paste it, press enter key. You have to wait until the bootstrap, all the modules install. You have to wait until the modules will be installed. It will be installed. Okay, now yeah, you can see here the bootstrap is installed successfully. Now you have to given the path to the app.js. So here you just copy this one. So I'll be show you where your bootstrap is there inside the modules. For node modules, now you can have bootstrap after install them. Here, this bootstrap folder will be there. Here, this one. This path you have to give. So I already, this path you have to give it here. Whereas where you have to give the path over here. app.js. Here you have to give the path. Because your file is running here. Right, so these logos, no need them. Okay, right, only keep bootstrap. Right, that's it. That's the thing you have to write. Perfect. Okay, right. After that, what I'm going to do is, now your bootstrap is now you're working. Now let's go to your form. Where's your form? In employee. Right, now here I'm going to write, here this I just copy and paste it. So here we have to write div class container. Right, now what I'm going to do is here simply, I'm going to write this command, div class container. Right, div class container, you have to write like this. Okay, here div class container. So the simple form, this form, I want to remove this all the things. Now here I'm going to this one label, keep only label. This one all the things I'm going to remove it. This one I'm going to make it as name. Right, after that what I'm going to do is here, this one I'm going to remove it. Enter the name, address, mobile. Just copy this one, control C to copy, control V, name, address, this one text, copy it, paste it over here. The same thing, control C to copy, control V to paste it. This one should be the mobile, this one should be mobile. Right, that's it. That's the thing you have to do. Right, now you have done the things. Right, this is simple form. Now what I'm going to say here, this one I'm going to, this is the function, main function. Now let's do the thing is, I'm going to create the state. I'll give you this one, or this one, state. Just copy and paste it over here. Right, now here is the, you can see here the first one should be the id should be, will be already put it as a auto increment part. Okay, in Spring Boot, so id is set id, so this is auto increment part. So name, address, mobile. Okay, so name, address, mobile. So you have to write name, address, mobile. You have to create the state, use state, you have to write like this. Okay, so after that what I'm going to do is here, uh, I'm going to write here as a, this one we have to store as a values. So this values we have to pass it over, which one you have to store it. So we have to write here, this one here, write like this. You can see value, name, this one should be the name. On change, set name. Set name means you have to, what is the name you are enter on this text field, it which goes here, the set name, it will be stored as a name. Okay, the same thing, the address also, you have to copy this one. So here we have to write like this, then will error should be go away. Right, copy this one. So here also you have to write like this. This close it, we didn't close that, so its error should be point out. Right, now this one should be the address, but address you are typing, it will be store the address, so set address. Same thing, control C to copy, control V to paste over here. This one should be mobile. So here we have to write mobile. That's the thing you have to do. After that, what I'm going to do is, we have to copy this one, paste it over here. Right. Here there will be the on-click method save. When you click the save button, we need to save all the data, right? Here you what is the thing you have to do it here? What's the name you are typing? It will be set the name. Okay, this is the value. This value will be set this set method. So it goes to the here. This state, it will manage the state. Okay, you have to state in React, you have used the use state to manage all the variables. Right? Use state, address and mobile, it will be manage them, right? It will store them. After that, what I'm going to do is we have to do another thing. Now all things are fine. Okay, if you type all the data on the form, okay, it will be saved in these variables. Now I'm going to create the save function. So this is a function. I'm going to create the save function. So what I'm going to do is here, copy this one. You have to paste it over here, right? Okay, now here I already installed. I forgot it. This one you must install it. npm install exorcist. Here, there. Sorry, you have to paste this already. I have installed. That's why it will be telling there. You have to type this one. Okay, npm install exorcist, and you press enter. Then only you will be able to connect with the RESTful API. Okay, this all the things are RESTful API here. Okay, so this is save method. Save method. Okay, default this one should be the it provide the this event. If you click this event, it will work. So that's event. Okay, this event. So here you have the RESTful API. What's the this is save function. Now what I'm going to do is here we have to save the data. So what I'm going to do is here we have what is the API columns. This is the API columns, right? This one should be the employee name, address, and mobile. That is the name we have given. Okay, so let's copy this one. You have to put it here. This one should be address, mobile. Basic. You have to cut off this one. So you have to assign this one to here. This what is the column name you are given. This is a name, address. This is a mobile. Here, matter I want to register employee registration. After that, we have to clear the thing source. Set the employee name, employee address, employee mobile. We have to clear off all the things. That's it. That's the thing you have got. Okay, this API, you have given which API? This is the API. We have prepared this API. You have to given the API request over here. That's it. It goes to another data in here. So let's save all. Save. Now here I'm going to run the application npm start. Now here we have done all the stuff. But go to my app.js. Here I'm going to name this component. Which component? This one. Employee registration. You have to add this component over here. Employee registration. Registration. And this component. That's it. It will be coming here. You will be able to like this. Simply you have to add it like this here. You have to close it here. Right. Now let's save all. It is compiling. Successfully compiled successfully. Now here what is the state? Use it. Oh, right. The problem is here. You have to add the state here. I haven't defined the state. That's why it show the errors. This state we haven't imported that. These two things. Okay, you state this one. I haven't done this. That's why it's show there. Right now, let's save all employee state. Use state. Now let's run check. Right now it's working. Now let's enter the name. Oh, here James, address India, mobile number, something like that. Click register button. What is the problem here is, here this ID is auto increment part, so you have to remove it. That's why it's getting error. Save all again. Going to, you have to refresh it. I'm going to James, address India, mobile number, you have to type like this. Click register. Employee registration successfully. Now let's back to my Spring Boot application. You can see here the record this whether this is done or not. Now you can see here the record added successfully. If you go to the database and see the Spring Boot here, this is the newly created record. You will be able to see. Now you have an idea about how to connect with the RESTful API using Spring Boot and React. Thank you for watching.